Leon Edwards versus Jack Della is happening in March. Now, who's going to win this fight? Well, first of all, who's going to win this fight? Let's take a look at the latest performances in which Leon Edwards fought Colby Covington, in which it was a very boring and trash fight. There was no action at all, but Leon Edwards still ended up taking it by decision. Now, after this, Leon Edwards went on to fight Della Maddalena for a second time, in which Leon Edwards' performance was trash. Della Maddalena started off great, took control of the whole entire fight with his wrestling and striking, and Della Maddalena ended up taking it by decision. Now let's take a look at Jack Della's latest performances, in which he fought Kevin Holland, in which it was a very close fight. Both went back and forth, both had some great shots and kicks, but Jack Della ended up taking it by decision. And after this, Jack Della went on to fight Gilbert Burns, in which both started out very fast. Gilbert Burns' wrestling and grappling was great until Jack Della dropped and put a lot of punishment on Gilbert Burns, and the rest enough to stop the fight in round 3.
Now, this is going to be a crazy fight, and stylistically, this is a perfect matchup for both men. So we're basically guaranteed to get a back and forth striking match between two very good strikers. And when looking at this fight, it is obvious that both men need this fight. They can't afford to lose this fight, because if they do, they basically get eliminated from being in talks of fighting for the title, and the reputation also gets ruined. But anyways, let's take a look at both men. Well, both men don't have too many losses, with Jack Della's only losses being his first 2 ever MMA fights. And ever since then, he's managed to be on a 17-fight winning streak, stopping 14 of those opponents. So not only is Jack Della on a good run, but he's also very young, being 28 years old. And if we look at Leon Edwards, well, he's obviously a former champion, but you could argue that this man is a bit overrated, because before knocking out Kamaru Usman, which he needed that knockout because he was losing that fight, but anyways, before that, the last time he had finished anyone was back in 2018, and before that knockout win to Kamaru Usman, he actually got rocked by Nate Diaz badly. So realistically, Leon Edwards doesn't have the best resume or performances, so if he loses this fight, then I think it's safe to say that this man has gotten exposed and he's not championship material. But anyways, let's talk about how this fight can go. Well, Jack Della has very good boxing skills. He can be very dangerous, as he can mix up the combinations really well. And as for Leon Edwards, well, he's very good with keeping his range and touching up his opponents, but his pace and output isn't anything crazy, so he could end up getting outperformed and outlanded by Jack Della Maddalena, just like how Della Maddalena was able to outstruck him. So I got Jack Della winning this fight.